Wilcox and Southern Virginia University staff, thank you for your support of the student athletes and coaches participating in today's contest. The NCAA and NCAA South Athletic Conference promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Plan and innovation conduct awards, candidate and director for player officials are only attendance will not be tolerated in program for removal. Also, consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco is strictly prohibited. Please say if you are in teenagers, thank you for your cooperation. Avenging Angels. Let's meet the starting lineups. First, visiting Meredith, Avenging Angels, starting at guard, 5'6" senior number 10, Blake, from Front Lake, North Carolina, Michaela Thompson. At guard, 5'2" junior, wearing number 13 from Jacksonville, Florida, Piper Carrier. At guard, 5'9" sophomore, wearing
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Knights Broadcasting Channel for the second half of today's NCAA Division III basketball doubleheader. This one being between the Avenging Angels of Meredith College and your Southern Virginia University Knights. I'm joined once again by my good friend Colby Kemp. And Colby, we just had a game a little bit ago between the Panthers of Fairham College and the men's team of Southern Virginia. My goodness, what a matchup that was. And then the event that took place after the game, almost even more amazing and intense.
Yeah, as happens at SVU, every now and then we had an engagement between two basketball players. One of the women's basketball players and one of the men, Alex Wayland, right?
Alex Wayland
to his fiancee, Alyssa McCrolla. So congratulations to the happy couple.
Absolutely. I mean, having an arena like this, both on the separate basketball teams, what a moment. It was really a fantastic moment. Both teams coming together in the court to congratulate them. But, of course, we have another basketball game to commentate here today. Again, Meredith College and Southern Virginia University. Both these teams are looking to recover from recent losses. Meredith College on a 3-game losing streak. Southern Virginia just recently losing to Mary Washington. Both teams in desperate need of redemption right now.
Yeah, as you said, both teams' most recent game was against Mary Washington. Both teams came away with the loss, and so they'll be out here today looking to start a win streak. And, of course, this is a conference game, so it carries a little bit more weight than the Mary Washington game did for them earlier this week.
Absolutely. Again, the conference games, we say it time and time again, the conference games are the games you need to have. You have to win these games. You have to build up your win record in that column to make sure you can get a good standing in the conference tournament time, and also just build up confidence in conference, honestly. That's the main thing. But real quick, want to name off the starters for both teams. From Meredith College, you have Michaela Thompson, Piper Carrier, Emma Lodge, Kate Perko, and Emma Baber. And then for the Knights, you have Maria Savoon, J.D. O'Bray, Addison Newman, Barrett Jessup, and Courtney Olson starting. And here is the tip-off. Here we go. The Knights win it. And going in for the layup, that is O'Bray for 2. Making it look easy. Then I say that Olsen was out of bounds as she's trying to take it away from Emma Baber.
You know, we've talked, Dawson, that the offense for Meredith really everything goes through number 24, Katie Perko, the 5'11" freshman, or senior, senior, averaging 13 points and 14 rebounds a game.
And when the Knights had their walkthrough earlier today, as that foul, I believe, may be called, that is indeed on Olsen. But in Southern Virginia's walkthrough earlier today before the men's game, Perko's name was mentioned time and time again. They're really keying on Perko. They're trying to limit her touches, limit her ability to be effective offensively in today's game. And, of course, you have Olsen on her, which that's the best solution you can have for her, as Olsen is a great defender in the post.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have a 6'1" defender. That's going to be all over her all day long.
And that one taken away by Newman, advancing it up ahead to Jessup. Here's Olsen, top of the key. Olsen dribbles in, up with the right hand and in. Very similar fashion to the first points. That one rolls out of bounds. It'll be Knight basketball. And again, we mentioned the Knights recently losing to Mary Washington. It wasn't a very fun game for them. A lot of things didn't go right. But for Meredith College, they're coming into this game with a 1-4 record. Really struggling so far this year. As that 3 from Savoon, up, no good. Rebounded by Olsen. Taken away by the Angels. Another foul on Courtney Olsen. 2 quick fouls on Olsen. And coming in for will be number 13, Eve Schmalbeck, who put in some great minutes in their last home game here last week.
Yeah, Eve's a freshman, and every time she comes in, she's given good minutes. So even though you hate to lose a player like Courtney so early, you know, the Knights definitely have players on the bench that can step in and fill that role.
Here's the 3 from Perko. That is good. That gives Meredith College the first points. Here's Savoon with the left hand, no good. Rebounded by Perko. The fadeaway jumper nailed by Michaela Thompson. Not the prettiest looking shot you'll see in that situation, but able to knock it down.
Definitely not, but it worked that time.
So now Meredith College up by 1. Jessup for 3. No good. I believe O'Bray was in there, the jump ball, but it'll go back to the Avenging Angels. Coming in for Jessup is number 10, Emma Camden. They're going to say foul on Maria Savoon. So I think we're starting to see the approach these refs taking in today's game. They're really not giving a whole lot of breathing room so far to either side. Quick pass inside to Perko. Here's a 3. That one rebounded by Camden. Here's Newman. She'll be called for a travel. Didn't quite get the clean jump stop.
No, just a little anxious. She knew she had a lane there to get the shot. Just a quick shuffle, and the referee caught it for it.
Still a 1-point game. Here's Perko, left hand, no good. Rebounded by Camden. Savoon dribbling in, kicks it out to Newman. That one rattles in for Newman. And the Knights take back the lead. Taken away by O'Bray. Trying to recover it. Gets to Savoon. Up with the right hand and finds its way in. O'Bray was just trying to get the ball back up so she can get a fast break opportunity, and it kept on going lower. So she had to collect herself, pick it up, and give it to Savoon.
Played really smart defense to get that steal.
As a travel called against Thompson. And checking into the game is number 25, Alyssa McRolla, in for Schmalbeck.
Another thing we talked about, Dawson, was the fact that Meredith doesn't go very deep into their bench. Their starters play a majority of the minutes. And of course, as Addison Newman hits her second 3 of the game, the Knights are constantly substituting throughout the game, always keeping their legs fresh.
And they're always switching up their matchups and their starting lineups. We talked about that before the game, where it's kind of hit or miss who's starting. That's out of bounds, goes back to Southern Virginia. That timeout here called by Meredith College, but Colby, again, we were talking about before the game that the only consistent starter we've seen for Southern Virginia has been Courtney Olsen. Every other position has been kind of switching it out. What different matchups do you have? And sometimes it's worked very well, sometimes not as much.
Well, it's great to know that you've got the number of players on your bench that you can mix that up and look for what's the right combination going to be. Because not only, with a team like Southern Virginia where they're constantly playing 12, 13, 14 players in a game, it's what's the right combination of starters. And then what's the right combination for those that are coming off of the bench to replace them? And so you can't fault Coach Schroeder for playing around with that. And then as luck would have it, here we have Courtney Olson getting 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes of the game. So even though she's been the central figure in that starting lineup, she's only played 2 minutes in this game.
Right, and you're absolutely right. When it comes to stuff like rotations and starting lineups, one fact that people tend to overlook is what players have chemistry with each other. What groups, like you said, which groups work best together, which groups match up better with other teams. And that's something that coaches are constantly trying to figure out.
Absolutely, and it's also difficult for the other teams to try and match up with that because you never really know what combination of 5 players Coach Schroeder's going to put out on the floor for the Knights. And so many of those combinations work so well.
That's absolutely right, as the Knights now have a 12-5 lead out of the timeout. SVU advances to Newman, who had the back-to-back threes. Cuts the basket from McRolla. That is up and in. I love that. Newman got double-teamed, got it to Emma Camden, who immediately saw the cutting McRolla and got her the ball. Number 1, Riley Wade steps out of bounds. Turnover. Here's O'Bray. Ray gets in the paint, up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Perko.
I think O'Bray was a little surprised at how open she was after doing that pump fake.
Definitely anticipating that contact and going up with it too strong. Another travel call, this time against Barisha Jones. Knights breaking the full court pressure. Camden for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by O'Bray. They're gonna call a charge on Camden. Setting her feet was Riley Wade. So the Knights opting to put on that full court pressure. The scoop from Perko goes up and in. McRolla up with the right hand and in. Again, you're seeing a lot of great cuts from this Knights team, finding great passing lanes and getting them the ball too. It's just been really fun to see so far.
And that's the type of early offense that this Knight team really seeks out and tries to force upon their opponent.
Our call foul here on Maria Savun. And in her stead will come in number 11, Abigail Snyder, the freshman from Rocky Ford, Colorado. And to the line will go Kate Perko. First free throw is up and no good for Perko. Second free throw up and good. Knights doing a great job passing their way out of the press. Here's Snyder for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. That one rebounded by Wade. Make no mistake, Coach Schroeder's going to want Snyder to take that shot time and time again if it's that wide open. Foul's called on number 5, Barisha Jones, the sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. And it'll go back to Southern Virginia.
Yeah, we saw with Snyder in the first game of the year, her first college game. You know, once she hit one, she hit a couple. Well, they come in bunches for her.
They absolutely do, as Southern Virginia also substitutes in number 2, Presley Hagee. Here's McRolla trying to get it into Hagee. Great no-look pass from Snyder to Camden. Trying to get it to Hagee, turns it over. They're going to call a foul on Alyssa McRolla. Indeed they will, as number 5, Brescia Jones, is going up for the shot. So she will go to the line. First free throw is up and no good. Second free throw is also no good. Camden and Morgan fighting for it. Possession arrow points to the Knights. And both these teams struggle from the free throw line around the 50 percentile, with Southern Virginia shooting 59%. As that three is no good, rebounded by Camden. And then for Meredith College, they shoot about 54.5%.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, how the men's program for SVU, they struggled a little bit at the line as well, but they caught fire in the overtime and knocked the free throws down, hoping some of that can boil over to the women's team as well.
McRolla, good for 3. Here's Perko. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Camden. Here's McRolla. Jumper, no good. So the Knights up by 11. About a minute and a half left in this first quarter. Newman gets her hand on it. Shot clock winding down. And chucking it up is Hawkins. She still had about 6 seconds left. And going up strong is Newman for 2. Brings her point total to 8. Her and McRolla lead the Knights in scoring. There's another 3. That one off the front of the rim. Hagee not able to get to it, and up and in is Wade. And coming in for the Knights is number 22, Barrett Jessup. She'll come in for Newman. And checking in for Meredith College is number 14, Emma Lodge, the sophomore from Sanford, North Carolina. And another substitution for Southern Virginia in Eve Schmalbeck. Free throw, no good once again. An ill-advised pass from Snyder is turned over. And stealing that one was Lodge. Shot clock winding down once again. The fadeaway jumper, nothing but air. Camden with the rebound. Advancing into Jessup. Up the right hand, no good. Schmalbeck on the rebound, up and in. It's those types of plays we talked about with Schmalbeck. She's always able to be in the right place at the right time, getting rebounds or cutting to the basket.
She really does. That's just a testament to the effort that she gives. She never gives up on a play, always trailing, putting herself in a situation to grab a loose ball.
So going to the line to shoot is number 23, Deja Morgan. First free throw is up and no good. Meredith College is now 1 for 6 from the line. Now 2 for 7. And that last foul was on Abigail Snyder. Having to chuck it up from a long ways away. Snyder got fouled on that final shot. She'll go to line and shoot 3.
The foul play is Grace Jones.
No matter what the point differential is or what point in the game it is, you don't foul that shot.
You got to give her the space. If you want to jump, you can jump, but you got to go straight up, and you got to know you can't give the referee an opportunity to call that foul.
And you can't give them a chance to earn cheap points from the line. You know,
absolutely not.
Especially when you're already down by 12, and they add 0.2 or 0.2 of a second back on the clock for the Knights. First free throw from Snyder is good. Again, cheap extra points that the Knights otherwise wouldn't have by the end of the quarter. Second free throw is up, rattles out, no good. Second free throw is up and in. So 2 out of 3. And that'll end the first quarter. The Knights leading with a score 25-11. The Knights really dominating in all categories right now. I mean, forcing turnovers, making shots, getting to the lane. It's the Knights' game right now.
Oh, it really is. You look at the stat sheet here. The Knights, they're 10 of 19 from the field, so 53%. Three-pointers, they're 3 for 7, so that's 43%. And then they're 2 for 3 from the free throw line. So the fact that they're shooting such a high percentage, it shows that they're executing on offense. They're getting the shots that they want, and more often than not, they're shots right in the paint or wide open three-pointers.
And on the other side, you have Meredith College, who has made some plays here and there, especially with Perko having 5 points so far and Lodge with 3. But other than that, there's been possessions where they've kind of had to force up crazy shots. There was one where the shot clock was winding down. They still had 6 seconds, and they chucked it up as if they only had half a second left. And so a lot of it's just court awareness of what's going on, situational and all that. And the Knights, again, just having a lot of great skilled players coming in, despite Courtney Olson, again, not playing for most of that quarter.
Right. And it looks like she'll come in here to start this second quarter. I'd expect her. She's not going to pick up that third foul. She's going to, play back, let the game come to her, let her teammates find her down low, score some points, and then just kind of anchor the defense, but without taking chances because it's just not necessary at this point.
And so we'll start off the second quarter. Filling in the lane with the right hand. Nice shot from Thompson. Here's Olson from 3. They're going to say she traveled. I believe it's because she jumped up there, set herself after she caught the ball. The reason why they called the travel. Here's Perko. Up with the left hand, no good. That was attempted by Wade. Brought down by O'Bray. Here's Savoon dribbling the lane, trying to draw a foul. No whistle is blown. Here's Perko, the jump shot. No good, rebounded by Baber. Up, no good. That one up and in for Thompson. Back-to-back buckets for Thompson to start off this quarter. Jessup kicks it out to Newman for 3. That one's good. Newman gets her 3rd three-pointer. She is 3 for 3. Has up, no good from Perko. And taking it away is Carrier. Up with the right hand and in with the foul. Meredith College getting a lot of the hustle plays right now.
Foul's called on Bray.
Again, here you have Meredith doing exactly what they needed to do out here in the beginning of the second quarter. You know, making a little run, stay in contact with the Knights, see if they can, you know, keep it a game for the time being.
And checking in for the Knights is Alyssa McRolla, as well as Emma Camden. That free throw is up and in for Carrier. Olsen with the jumper, no good. Rebounded by Camden, who followed the ball. Tries to get it back out, but taken away by Thompson. Here's the step back jumper, no good. Rebounded by O'Bray. Here's McRolla. Shot clock winding down. Here's McRolla for 3. That is good. McRolla now with 10 points.
That was good offense there with the shot clock winding down. Just made a couple passes, made sure they got an open look.
And not being impatient with it too. One of those players could have easily put up an ill-advised shot, but they decided not to and find the open shooter. And already in today's game, 2 Knights players with double digits points, with Newman with 11 and McRolla with 10. And up and no good. Now up with the right hand, that time good from Wade, able to get her own rebound. McRolla up with the right hand, no good, but gets the foul. McRolla will go to the line. First free throw is up and no good. Second free throw is up and in. Again, we mentioned Meredith College right now winning all of the hustle plays, getting rebounds, getting themselves second chance opportunities. That jump shot, no good. Almost another offensive rebound for Meredith College. Here's McRolla for 3. That no good. Rebounded by Olsen. Up and in.
Good hustle by Olsen. She was on the ground at the defensive end. After that rebound, she got up, hustled back, rewarded for that hustle with the offensive board and the layup.
Indeed she was. Now the Knights are back up by 14. But we heard Coach Schroeder here on the sideline just a possession ago saying we're just standing around, we're not getting rebounds. There's definitely truth to that because, again, Meredith College hustling, boxing out, they're putting themselves in position to get second chances at baskets, and that's why they drew it a little closer here so far in this quarter. Again, you got to get the energy back. I think there is a natural tendency to get complacent when you have a big lead like you had in the first quarter. You tend to think, oh, we'll just coast the rest of the way. No, you got to constantly battle to maintain that distance in scoring.
And that's the tough thing is sometimes that complacency can come in, But if you want to be a championship team, you can't allow that.
Right.
Your goal is always to knock an opponent out as quickly as you can. If you're up by 10, get up by 20. If you get up by 20, if you can get up by 30. Keep that mentality. Just really put the pressure on them. And like you said, she was imploring with them to, get rebounds. Not just watch them shoot. And I don't know how to say it other than there's some wild shots going up by Meredith, and the result of that is some wild rebounds.
Yes.
Hard, long rebounds off the glass, off the back of the rim. So something like that, you just got to find the person you're responsible for and box them out. Don't let them get around you.
Right, as coaches have told me and other players in the past, find a body and get on them and get a rebound.
Exactly right.
So now bringing up the court is Piper Carrier, the junior from Jacksonville, Florida. Taken away by Newman. She read that like a book. Trying to get to O'Bray. Olsen dribbling in. Right hand, no good. That was rebounded by Perko. Perko dribbling in. Crazy layup attempt. She put her knee up, and now I believe it's Alyssa McRolla that is on the court still. That was some difficult contact. Got the trainer coming in. Again, tough contact when Perko drove in the lane as she is getting assistance up. I know that Perko's knee went up on the shot, so there's a possibility that when she went up, her knee made contact with McRoll's body. And again, the wind knocked out of you, Yeah,
it looks like she's okay. She's already up, and looks like it likely was just the wind getting knocked out of her. Of course, she hit the ground kind of hard as well, so the combination of the two blows could have done that.
And so that'll send Perko to the free throw line. And that's tough too, because McRolla is one of the leaders in scoring for Southern Virginia right now with 11. In fact, it will not be free throw attempts, it'll just be back to Meredith College. The jump shot to beat the shot clock, and that is good from Morgan. Deja Morgan, the junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. Olsen kicks it out to Snyder. Jumper no good. Rebounded by O'Bray. Wide open opportunity. No good. Olsen goes up with it and gets fouled. Another situation where O'Bray was just wide open, didn't realize how open she was.
Right, she was very surprised to be able to get that rebound and come down, and there was nobody around her.
So that'll send Courtney Olsen to the free throw line. The Knights up by 11. Just under 5 minutes left to go in this first half. First free throw is up and in. Second free throw is up and good. Another whistle is blown. There's a foul on Snyder. And so Morgan will go to the free throw line, and in for Snyder will come Savoon. And checking in for the Avenging Angels is number 14, Emma Lodge. Free throw is up and good. Morgan now with 4 points. Second free throw is off the back rim, no good, rebounded by O'Bray. Advancing ahead to Newman. A very quick jump ball call.
Possession, Southern Virginia.
It'll stay with the Knights. Olsen brought it a little low. It made it very easy for a defender to crash in and get her hands on the ball.
Yeah, like we often see when she's being defended in the low post. You know, she catches the ball, and another defender immediately collapses down on her.
Once again, the same thing as number 13, Piper Carrier, comes in, grabs at the ball, and it goes back to Meredith College. And then for Olsen will come in Eve Schmalbeck. Olsen clearly frustrated with those past two plays. There's the handoff. Shot clock winding down. Perko working on Schmalbeck, able to get it up with the left hand and in. Savoon dribbling in, gets the Schmalbeck on the receiving end of a fantastic pass, 2 points. The core vision from Savoon down there in the paint with all those bodies there, just fantastic.
Yeah, she broke that defense down and was able to find Schmalbeck there for that easy layup.
That foul is called on O'Bray. Got some substitutions for both teams, including number 30, Emmy Baber from Meredith College, and number 30 for Southern Virginia, Ruth Kempler. Perko for the jump shot, no good, rebounded by Camden. Trying to advance it to Kempler. There's a turnover. A great pass to Lodge. Brings it within 11. Kempler going up with a shot, up and in. Kempler able to fight through the contact and get the bucket to fall.
I think Coach Schroeder would really like to see the Knights bear down on defense here, you know, and hold them under 30 points before halftime.
And that jumper is good once again from Morgan.
Morgan's really provided a spark for them here in the second quarter.
Another shot from Kempler. That one no good. Gets the rebound. Schmalbeck for three. Banks it in. Coaches wanted one more pass, but they'll take that. Schmalbeck now with 7 points in the game. Here's Morgan once again, the jumper no good. Rebounded by Newman. So under 2 minutes remaining in the half. Great defensive hands we've seen from Carrier. She really does a great job disrupting the offense and taking steals. Schmalbeck with the block of Carrier. Here's Camden for three, no good. That one rebounded by Deja Morgan. Eve Schmalbeck couldn't resist, wanted to try to reach in and take it.
The ball was right there, right in front of her. The defense or the rebounder couldn't see her. She tried to grab it, but she got caught. Caught with her hand in the cookie jar, as they say, right?
And two substitutions for the Knights, including Presley Heggie and Alyssa McRolla. Glad to see McRolla back on the floor, as a couple minutes ago she was knocked to the floor and had to take some time out.
At the line, 2-2, Deja Morgan.
So Deja Morgan will go to the line as the Avenging Angels are now in the bonus. First free throw, no good. Morgan second on the team in scoring with 6 points so far in this half. That one no good. Rebound by Kempler. They're going to call the foul on number 30, Emmy Baber. So the Knights will inbound it from under the basket. Another whistle is blown. This time against number 14, Emma Lodge. Kempler is trying to get in position, and Lodge got her arms twisted with her. Newman with the easy cut to the basket, up and in with the left hand. Newman now with 13 points. Outside jumper, no good. Brought down by Savoon. 40 seconds left in the half. Newman, the long jumper for two. Newman catches some fire in the final moments of this half. She now leads both teams in scoring with 15. Hagee working on Perko. Clock winding down. That shot is good from Baber. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half, as it's been a Knight-dominated half with a score of 47-31. But Meredith College refusing to go away, though.
No, they fought hard in that second quarter there. They were ahead most of the quarter, but it ended up being 22-20 on the quarter. SVU, outscoring them just by a bucket. But they hung around, they battled hard. They had it down to within 5 or 6 points, but SVU's been able to stretch the lead back out to 16 points here going into the half.
And again, Addison Newman leading the Knights in scoring with 15, followed by McRolla with 11, Schmalbeck with 7, and Olsen with 6. And on the side of Meredith College, you have Perko with 7, Morgan with 6, Lodge with 5, and Thompson with 4. And with that, we'll be right back when the second half action starts. Don't go away.
toss him a free drink. All right, come on down. All right. Here, say your name. Robert. All right, so we have a simple game of the layup, free throw, and the three-pointer. So the first one to make the layup, free throw, and three-pointer was the free three strong streaks teams. Okay, guys, ready? All right, now guys, make some noise for him. All right, ready, set, go!
Wesley, come on, what are you doing, Wesley?
Free throw, three-pointer.
And we're back for the start of second half action between the Avenging Angels of Meredith College and your Southern Virginia University Knights. I'm Dawson Weeder, joined by Colby Kemp. In that first half, obviously, you see the score, 47-31. The Knights dominated the half, but there was a stretch of time where Meredith College is making a run and making things very difficult for Southern Virginia.
Yeah, about midway through that second quarter, I don't think Coach Schroeder was very happy with the effort and attention to detail by the Knights, really on both ends of the court. It seemed like, they were moving the ball on offense, but it didn't seem like they had the intention that they had in the first quarter. And same thing with defense. They weren't moving their feet as well, weren't staying in front. And as a result, Meredith scored a few buckets and kept it probably closer than what we anticipated.
Right, I think the main thing we're talking about is the lack of urgency. I mean, they got a very comfortable and safe lead, and they thought, okay, we can just coast the rest of the way. But I'm sure at halftime they got a nice talking to saying, hey, we're not going to do that, because if you get to a certain point where you're leading by a certain amount and you just kind of give up a little bit, the opposite tends to happen in other games as well. If you get down by a lot, you tend to think, oh, well, it's a lost cause. So you got to always have that same amount of urgency in each and every game, regardless of the scenario and what's going on. And so, again, with that being said, though, the Knights leading by 16, very possibly could end up scoring 90 to 100 points in this game, playing incredibly well, especially some standouts like Addison Newman with 15 points, 3 for 3 from behind the three-point line, and Alyssa McRolla with 11 points as well, 2 players in double digits. So you have these different contributors coming in, scoring very well. I think in the second half, what you can expect the Knights to do is to spread out and distribute a little bit more. Get some more people involved offensively. You got Courtney Olson, who had some foul trouble early on. Hopefully get her more involved offensively. And just get some more things rolling to where you can just kind of actually run away with the game and come out of here feeling good about yourself.
Absolutely. We've talked a lot about it early here this year where, they're the defending conference champions. They lost some key players. A lot of players are back, but still a very young team when it comes down to it. So, as coaches, you're always looking for what your tendencies as a team are.
Right.
And when you see, 4 or 5 minutes where there's a lack of focus, lack of effort, that concerns you as a coach. It makes you wonder, does this team have what it takes to be a championship team? Because at the end of the day, regardless that Katie Garish and Savannah Stevenson are gone, they're two very good players. The Schroeders expect this team to be there at the end of the conference tournament come March.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And so once again, the Knights leading by a score of 47-31. Real quick, want to thank our athletic partners, Straws, Drinks, and Eats. We appreciate their collaboration. And if you're in the Buena Vista, Virginia area, be sure to go check out Straws, Drinks, and Eats. Got fantastic stuff there. I always get a good old Dr. Pepper with some extra flavoring. Always love stuff. So go check it out. Much appreciated to Straws, Drinks, and Eats. And also, real quick, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, and be sure to hit the notification bell because you're watching this on the Knights Broadcast Network, where we present all the home Southern Virginia athletic events. And if you want to stay up to date, click the notification bell and let us know in the comment section how we're doing. And with that, second half will start. And right away, a turnover. Meredith College taking it away. That is number 30, Emmy Baber. And that's probably not what Coach Schroeder had in mind to start the second half.
No, I think based on what happened, what they had in mind was getting Courtney Olson involved here early, with that foul trouble in the first half. Really trying to get her on her game to begin the second half.
Perko with a jumper. No good. Rebounded by Olsen. Camden kicks it out. Here's McRolla for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Brought down by O'Brady. Oh, by O'Bray, excuse me. Here's O'Bray. They're called travel on O'Bray. They're not really giving a whole lot of room to work with as far as shuffling the feet or anything like that.
No, definitely not. That's one in particular where I'm not so sure she traveled on that one.
The Knights applying full court pressure here. That jumper no good, rebounded by Newman. Here's Camden for three. That's no good. That one's brought down by Lodge. So the Knights not starting super hot from outside. Up with the right hand and in is Thompson. Thompson made several plays in that first half. Now brings our point total up to 6. And I call reach and foul on Carrier. So it'll stay with Southern Virginia. They'll inbound it from under the rim. Camden dribbles in up the right hand and in. Difficult shot, but gets it to fall. Olsen gets her hand on it. Perko able to recover. Lodge the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Olsen. Foul is called on Kate Perko. That's her second foul. Coming into the game for the Avenging Angels is number 1, Riley Wade. Here's Newman for three. She's 4 for 4. Newman can't miss from beyond the three-point line right now.
She hasn't missed a shot tonight.
Here's Camden, the jumper. That's going to rattle in. Timeout for Meredith College. So after the very slow start offensively, back-to-back-to-back buckets for Southern Virginia. Again, you're seeing that urgency and that intensity that they had in that first quarter come back to life here in the opening minutes of this third one.
Definitely, and even though we talked about the different starting fives, she came out here with a little bit different starting five, kind of the regular starting lineup, and they've really taken control of the game here after a sluggish first minute and a half or so. But, Addison Newman, she's 7 for 7 on the night. 3 for 3 from inside the arc, 4 for 4 from outside.
And that leads her point total to 18 so far. And we're barely into the third quarter. I mean, she's having the game of her life right now. And if she continues to shoot like this, who knows what her point total could end up being. So I'd say ride the hot hand. Get it to her. Get her open shots.
Get her open, see if she can get lost there in that Avenging Angel defense and keep putting those shots up. She's obviously feeling it. Sometimes it's hard. The first half you make a few buckets, but then you got to sit for 15 minutes, halftime and everything. It can be hard to find that same touch, but nothing but net on her first shot here in the second half.
And you're going to expect Meredith College to really start to key on her and swarm at her whenever she's in close to having the ball. In fact, you're going to expect to see them maybe deny her a little bit or put a little extra effort into denying her.
Which can be dangerous because then that'll leave Courtney Olsen down low by herself.
Exactly, or it could leave opportunities for backside cuts for other players. So now Meredith College with the ball. Knights applying full court pressure. Reaching in, trying to take it away is O'Bray. She'll be called for a foul. Meredith College has done a decent job against the full court press, really trying to pass their way out of it. Of course, that's something that every coach will preach to their team. If any team applies full court pressure, pass out of it rather than dribble out of it.
You've got to attempt to pass and keep it in the middle of the floor as well. Avoid the traps on the sidelines.
Knocking it away is McRolla. That's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with Meredith College. Checking in for the Angels is number 23, Deja Morgan. Morgan had 6 points in that first half, made a couple of really solid plays. She was a part of that stretch where Meredith College was making things interesting in that second quarter.
Definitely, she scored those 6 points in that stretch and kept them close.
Taken away by McRolla. Advance to Camden. Savoon for three. Off front of the rim, no good. Newman with the rebound. Olsen helps to set it up. Wise decision there. 5 seconds of the shot clock. McRolla for three. No good. Rebounded by Camden. Up the right hand in and out. And it'll go out of bounds off the Knights.
Even though they didn't come away with points on that possession, I think Coach Schroeder will be very happy with the effort. The way they worked the offense and got a couple shots.
A couple of really high quality shots, nonetheless. There's the jumper. The foul on the shot, I believe they're going to call that on McRolla. That'll be her third. And coming in for her will be number 2, Presley Hagee. And checking in for Meredith College is number 21, Donna Hawkins. First free throw is up and no good for Thompson. Thompson second free throw up, no good. Rebounded by Perko. Again, those hustle plays going in Meredith College's favor. Knocked out of bounds by Olsen, and good thing too, because Riley Wade was wide open at the box on the opposite side.
Yeah, Olsen did a good job there getting in the passing lane there.
That jump shot up, no good from Deja Morgan. Hagee wide open, reverse layup, no good. And I call that foul on Hagee. I think maybe Hagee made that shot a little too hard on herself than it had to be.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to put a little spin on that off the glass and didn't quite accomplish that.
And Olsen will get called for a charge. Just trying to drive the lane. She had two players, one to her right and one to her left, that she had the option of passing it to, but wanted to take it herself and draw the foul. And coming in for her will be Schmalbeck, as Olsen now has 3 fouls. Also checking in for the Knights is Barrett Jessup, the senior from Salt Lake City, Utah. Perko, the jump shot, no good, gets her own rebound and fouled on the shot. That's another thing coaches don't like to see, is when the person who shot the ball gets their own rebound, because you want the defender to be on them and then to box them out right afterwards.
Well, that's what we were talking about a little bit earlier was, shot goes up, find a body, put a body on a body, and that was it. Of course, the shooter knows right where that shot's going to miss.
Right.
But that's why you got to put a body and not let them get by you.
Perko's first free throw is good. Second one up and also good. Perko now with 12 points. She leads Meredith College in scoring. Newman driving the lane. Step back jumper. That rattles out her first miss of the game.
And even at that, it was halfway down.
Attempting the pick and roll, attempted for Riley Wade. An immediate timeout here in the barn of Southern Virginia. So right now, the Knights leading by 19 for the past couple minutes. Meredith College, again, that effort getting offensive rebounds. The Knights not able to get a body on a body. It makes it to where, although again, the score differential is quite significant, it makes things just a tad interesting.
Right, you know, there's again just falling into that trap where not as crisp, not working as hard, you know, not stepping two balls when they're being passed to you, stuff like that, where it's just the little things
right
that give the defense little corridors to move in front, little avenues to the ball.
And a very big natural tendency of a lot of sports athletes in any sport you can think of is to play to the level of your competition, right? And so right now, I mean, Meredith College, they made some plays, but overall it's been a struggle for them. And so Southern Virginia, at some points in the game, has seen us play to that similar level of not executed the way that they need to. And again, the struggle is trying to break past that and play to your potential, not to the level of your competition.
And one thing, we look at the score, 54-35, with 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. The interesting thing is Meredith right now is kind of dictating the tempo.
They really are.
It's not a tempo that favors them where they're down by 19 points.
Right.
It slows the game down. It's going to be very difficult for them to really try and gain much ground with a tempo such as this.
You're absolutely right, as Southern Virginia has the ball just under 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this third quarter. Savoon for three. Rattles in and out. Here's Morgan. Once again, they're all on the backside by Wade. That's been open time and time again for the Avenging Angels. Savoon up with the left hand, no good. Schmalbeck with the rebound, up and in. I feel like I've said those exact words time and time again. Schmalbeck for the rebound and putting it back in.
Following the play, gets the rebound, puts it up and in.
Jump shot no good. Newman with the rebound. Advances up ahead to Schmalbeck. Great job of knocking that away was Danica Ray. Here's Wade, and that's good for two. Riley Wade now with 6 points. Here's Jessup for three. That's good. Much needed points for the Knights.
Very calmly gathered that in. Got the shot up right in rhythm.
Sutherland trying to knock it away. And the floater, no good from Morgan as it's brought down by Newman. Newman now with 6 rebounds. Jessup turns down the open jumper. Heggie for three. No good, rebound by Schmalbeck. Gets out to Newman, the jumper. That is good. Newman now has 20 points. Morgan goes up with the right hand and in. Morgan just making plays happen. Now with 8 points. And jump ball. Surprise, surprise, coming in to make the play is Deja Morgan. Got some substitutions, including for Meredith College, number 24, Kate Perko. And for the Knights, got Ruth Kempler. You also have Abigail Snyder. And number 12, coming in for the first time today, Kenzie Landon. Here's Snyder. Gets the ball underneath and gets the foul on the way up. First free throw for Snyder is no good. Snyder having 2 points so far.
You know, Landon's a player that the other night came in and stretches and provided a good spark off the bench. Yeah, a lot of hustle plays.
And a lot of great passing as well, too. Snyder made the second free throw, giving her 3 points so far. Shot no good from Morgan, but she got fouled. So Landon will be called for that one. That's another thing with Kenzie Landon too, is she plays very aggressive defense, and as a result, gets some fouls called her here and there.
She does, always around the ball there. That was a little unfortunate. The shooter just drifted into her, really.
Morgan's first free throw is good.
Type of foul sometimes I think coaches would just prefer a no call there.
Morgan now with 9 points. That free throw makes it 10. The second player from Meredith College to reach double digits in scoring, alongside Kate Perko. Getting inside to Kempler. The turnaround. Nice shot from Kempler with a defender in her face. Kempler gets her second basket. Carrier gets the foul on the shot. I believe what they're calling there is that Snyder had her hands a little low, and as she was bringing her hands up, made a little contact with Carrier on the shot.
Yeah, not a real fan of that call either there. You know, just a little bit of a contrast between the men's game earlier and this game now. These referees seem to be called a little bit tighter than what we saw in the men's game at all.
Absolutely agree. It's always interesting to see how officiating crews' tendencies tend to sort of dictate some of the tempo of the game. And that rebound goes to Meredith College. Travel by Danica Ray. Again, another offensive rebound from Meredith College. And another turnover for the Knights. And coming in for Snyder is Newman. And the fadeaway jumper, no good, rebounded by Kempler. Here's Hagee for three. No good off the front of the rim, rebounded by Hawkins. And Perko lost control of the ball. It goes out of bounds. And back to Southern Virginia. Just 45 seconds left in the third quarter. I believe they're going to call a foul here. I believe they're going to call a travel. Didn't get really a clear call. I believe they're going to say that Kempler took some extra steps.
Maybe the official down low made the call, but the other one made the initial whistle. Pretty sure they did call a travel.
Carrier tried to get into the paint. Newman up with the right hand, no good. And it goes out of bounds, Southern Virginia ball. Surprised there wasn't a foul called on Danica Reyes. She was charging in, trying to get the ball, and she slammed into Kinsey Landon. So 13 seconds left in the quarter, no shot clock. They say Carrier was guilty of the push as Heggie was trying to set a screen. So inbounding in is Barrett Jessup. 10 seconds left. Newman for three. That's up and in, my goodness. Newman cannot miss. And with that, the score after the third quarter stands at 67-42 in favor of Southern Virginia. And Addison Newman, my goodness, 23 points, one missed shot through 3 quarters.
And that was one where, you know, the clock was winding down. There were still about 5 seconds left. But Coach Brent Schroeder was over here imploring her to shoot that ball.
Yeah.
Shoot it. You're right there. You have the shot. You know, it doesn't need to be in the last second. You've got the open shot, and she knocked it down again.
5 for 5 from beyond the arc. 100%. I mean, if that's not feeling good as a shooter, I don't know what is.
Probably not many of us that have felt that before.
Oh my goodness. Talk about a performance from Addison Newman. So again, score stands 67-42. And real quick, if you're watching this on the Knights Broadcasting channel on YouTube. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe, comment, all things make YouTube work. We appreciate your support. Want to give a shout out to our producers, our cameramen and women, and all those who make these productions possible. We appreciate you. But again, so far it's really been the Addison Newman show. With, of course, McRolla having a lot of great plays in the first half as well. We haven't seen a whole lot of scoring from her in this second half. She hasn't really seen the floor a whole lot in this third quarter going into the fourth.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Coach Schroeder plays this fourth quarter. You know, a 25-point lead. You know, right now you got a mix. I think actually the same 5 that started the game, you know, are on the floor currently.
Meredith College with it. They're call a foul here on Savoon. Visibly frustrated by calls like that have happened throughout this game. And Perko, the fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebounded by Morgan, puts it up, no good. Rebounded once again by the Avenging Angels. Blocked by Jessup. Rebounded once again by Morgan and puts it up and in with the foul. That's 4 straight offensive rebounds for Meredith College.
Yeah, and I think what you're seeing there, going back to what we talked about, is Meredith, when they put a shot up, they're finding a body and putting a body, especially Courtney Olson. They're really seeking her out, making sure she can't get to the boards.
Morgan's free throw rattles in. Morgan now with 9 points in the game. We get into Olson. Kicks it out to Savoon. Goes over the left hand and in with the foul. That foul's going to be called on Carrier. That's her 4th. In her stead will come number 10, Michaela Thompson, who has 6 points in this game. Got to correct myself. In fact, Deja Morgan now has 13 points in today's game. Leader in scoring, followed by Perko with 12. That free throw from Savoon is good. So taking over point duties is number 21, Donnie Hawkins. Oh, Bray getting in there trying to take it away. Foul will be called on Danica Reyes. Danica Reyes literally grabbed O'Bray's leg, trying to prevent her from getting the ball. Like I said, in an attempt to try to grab the ball, she got O'Bray's leg as well. and that is her first foul. They're going to call a foul push on number 14, Emma Lodge, as she was playing defense on Olsen. Olsen working on her. They're going to call a travel on Olsen. She took the extra jump step. That's another thing these refs have really been keen on as well, is making sure they're watching the feet.
We're well into double figures on the travel calls for this game.
They'll call another foul on Olsen. That's her fourth. That jumper no good from Thompson. Advancing it to O'Bray. Here's Savoon for three. The great passing. Turns out with no points for Southern Virginia. The floater, sort of crazy floater from Morgan, no good. There's O'Bray. It's Savoon, who's Jessup for three. No good. That one rebounded by Lodge. Offensive foul on Thompson. As it was a clear push off trying to get to the paint.
Yeah, that was an easy one. We could see that from 60 feet away that we set.
So the ball goes back to Southern Virginia. Still a 25-point lead. Call a foul here on Wade. It's also whenever a defender puts their hand on the player that's dribbling, they've been really keying on that as well. Camden will come in for Jessup as O'Bray will go to the line. First free throw almost doesn't even hit net with how clean it was.
Yeah, it was a very clean free throw, you know. Now we got, Meredith is in the penalty here, just 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Second free throw up, no good, not as clean. Rebounded by Perko. Up with the right hand, no good. They're going to call a block. That is on Newman, as number 21, Donnie Hawkins, was driving the lane. And that'll be Newman's first foul. First free throw is up and no good. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded initially by Wade, knocked out of bounds by Olsen. There's Perko, the jumper. Somehow they're able to get the pass in there between the arms of defenders.
Yeah, the Knights have really packed the lane there for that inbounds play.
Olsen goes up. Underhanded, no good. Hands it off, and that's a successful handoff to number 21, Hawkins. And I call traveling O'Bray. That's another one where I'm kind of looking at like, maybe there was an extra step, maybe, but it wasn't very obvious. A shot up, no good, rebounded by Olsen. Savoon cuts the paint, no good. Has to go back up with it backwards. Blocked by Perko easily. There's a beautiful cut to the basket.
Again, I think one of those instances where she was just surprised to see how open she was when they found her with the pass.
Here's Thompson trying to put up a crazy shot, blocked by Olsen, picked up by Newman, advancing it to O'Bray. Camden wisely pulls it out. Gonna call the foul. I believe they're gonna call a reach here on Hawkins. Indeed, it will be on Hawkins. That's her first foul. Got some substitutions for the Knights, including number 13, Eve Schmalbeck. She'll be coming in for Olsen. And Alyssa McRoll will be coming in for Savoon. And coming in from Meredith College in place of Lodge is Deja Morgan. First free throw is good. Second free throw up, rattles out, no good. That's tapped out of bounds by Schmalbeck. Perko being double teamed. That is blocked from, in fact, they're going to say it was a foul. Foul on Alyssa McRolla. And Thompson will shoot two. And that is McRolla's fourth.
Yeah, the fouls are starting to pile up a little bit here in this fourth quarter. You know, a 23-point lead, and we got to give credit to the referees for continuing to work hard, but it seems like they're, you know, just pushing the game, not pushing it as long as quickly as we'd like to.
Second free throw is no good, rebounded by Newman. She advanced it to O'Bray. Newman for three. That's good. She still has not missed a three. My goodness. She is 6 for 6 from behind the three-point line. My goodness. Advancing ahead to O'Bray. There's Schmalbeck going into the paint. And call a charge on her. Coach Schroeder is trying to protest, saying that the defender was inside the circle. An immediate timeout here in the arena of Southern Virginia University. So that's Schmalbeck's third foul of the game. And honestly, it's kind of slowed down a bit in the game because there's been a lot of fouls called, a lot of different things. But again, it's still the Newman show with a total of 26 points, 6 for 6 from beyond three-point range. Just for you folks back at home who maybe don't know, a good shooting percentage for a player in a game is around 35 to 40%. That's a good shooting percentage. Addison Newman is shooting at 100%, 6 for 6. That's beyond good.
Well, not only that, she's having a great game all around. You know, she's feeling it. She knows she's feeling it, but that hasn't kept her from also compiling 4 assists, helping her teammates out, and also 8 rebounds, on the night for Addison Newman. So a great game all around for her. Good to see, just a good team effort by the Knights in general. She's also added 2 steals, just waiting to get a block.
And then you got the entire, it's not a trifecta. I don't know what it'd be for like all 5 things, but honestly, she's about to fill up every single statistical category. That's quite a stat sheet.
Oh, absolutely. And not to overlook Emma Camden as well. She's had a nice game. 9 rebounds for her, 4 assists, 2 steals as well.
And gets another one right there. Goes up, no good. That's rebounded by Newman. Camden for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. They're going to say it was knocked away by O'Bray, even though it looked a lot like it was out of bounds on Donna Hawkins. And coming in for Hawkins will be number 13, Piper Carrier. So 4 minutes remaining in this one. A crazy floater there. Somehow ends up in the hands of Perko. McRolla for 3. No good. Eventually rebounded by Camden. She now has 10. Jumping in to take it away is Carrier. Possession arrow points to the Knights. And an entire platoon swap for Southern Virginia. Coming is Abigail Snyder, Kenzie Landon, Barrett Jessup, Presley Hagee, and Ruth Kempler. If I were a betting man, I'd assume that these players will be on the floor for the next 3.5 minutes to finish off the game.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see the 5 that just left the court come back on.
And that'll be trying to set exactly what happened. They're going to say shot clock violation. There was nobody counting down. And Hagee realized that the last second of the shot clock was winding down. Tried to put up a shot. Knocked away. They're going to say another foul on Kenzie Landon. Even though she's just going for the ball. Both teams now in the double bonus. First free throw up and good for Carrier. Second free throw up and good. Carrier now with 6 points. Another foul here, this time on Carrier. And I believe that is her 5th. So coming in for her will be Hawkins, as Snyder will go to the line shooting 2. Some communication between Meredith's sideline. First free throw is good for Snyder. Brings up to 5 points in this game. Second free throw is also good. And a timeout from Meredith College. The Knights have a 77-53 lead here with just over 3 minutes remaining in this one. And looking at the Knights' statistics here, looking at the entire roster, almost every player that has stepped on the floor has scored points. All except for Kenzie Landon and Hagee, who haven't had significant minutes. But you're seeing that all these different players getting involved, getting good shots up, providing good minutes. And it's always one of those things you love to see in a game where your team's dominating and you want to get the players in. You're just getting quality time for these young players. Absolutely.
So far, Southern Virginia's had 12 players see the floor. 9 of them have double-digit minutes. Of course, Courtney Olson, she's been limited somewhat due to foul trouble most of the night. So it's been a good game to see who else can step up. And obviously Addison Newman did a good job of coming up tonight and taking on the role of more of a scorer. It doesn't help when she's shooting doesn't hurt when she's shooting as well as she has been all night as well.
I mean, again, 6 for 6 from beyond the three-point line is a phenomenal statistic, and almost makes you not want her to shoot another one to risk, interfering with that percentage. I mean, it's not like she's going to be really seeing the floor much or that she'll need to. A foul be called on Ruth Kempler as number 12, Grace Ledford, the sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina, was driving to the basket. First free throw is up and no, actually it will go in. Hits the back of the rim and falls back in the hoop. Second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Heggie. They're going to see a foul on number 4, Kirsten Whitehead. And another platoon swap for Southern Virginia. Some players that haven't seen the floor yet, including number 33, Madison Staples, number 23, Sierra Bance.
But Addison Newman, she was able to sneak her way back onto the court.
And also checking in for Ruth Campbell after shooting is Rayanne Lessing, the senior from Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. Almost makes you wonder if the coaches want to see Newman get to 30 points. Second free throw is good for Kempler. And Lessing will come in her stead. 2.5 minutes remaining. Corner 3, up, no good. That's gonna be out of bounds. Goes to Southern Virginia. And I do like having Newman in there again for her to facilitate the offense. Here's Schmalbeck for 3. Too strong. And storming in there is number 23, Sierra Bance, the freshman from Salt Lake City, Utah.
I think she actually got tripped a little bit too. That sent her to the ground and took another couple players with her.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna fall on the court, might as well take some people along for the ride. And that'll send number 1, Riley Wade, to the free throw line. First free throw is good. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Bance. I say Bance traveled. Although I'm not sure if I agree, but I think statistically she likes that better than the missed shot.
You're probably not wrong there.
It's taken away by Newman. Here's Staples. Up, no good, but she'll go to the line. Fouls committed by number 11, Maddie Leonard.
Foul number 11, Maddie Leonard at the line.
Leonard, the junior from Lewisburg, North Carolina. First free throw's up and in. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Schmalbeck and put back in. Schmalbeck now with 11. The third night on the roster to get double digits in scoring. Trying to save it from going out of bounds is Kristen Whitehead. We'll go back to the Knights. Just a minute and a half remaining. And to Lessing. She's fouled on the way up. And Maddie Leonard guilty once again of the foul. Lessing's first free throw is good. That's 12 Knights on this roster that have scored at least 1 point in today's game. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Schmalbeck. And that'll put Schmalbeck to the line.
No, definitely one of the strengths of this Knights team is their depth. You know, consistently night after night they're going 12, 13 players deep. Tonight now we're up to 15 players, and they're all capable of a bucket here and there. You know, when you look at, I think, Courtney Olson, leading scorer at about 12 points a game, it just shows how balanced the Knight attack can be.
And Schmalbeck makes the first free throw, misses the second. And Schmalbeck is actually 2 rebounds away from a double-double. And another Knight goes to the line. This time it's Lessing again. As the foul is committed by number 12, Grace Ledford. First free throw is good. Second free throw up and good. Lessing now has 3. That jumper up and good for Wade. Now under a minute to go. Timeout called by Southern Virginia with just 52.7 seconds remaining. Newman was on the near side and was about to be trapped defensively and almost maybe dribble out of bounds. Coach Schroeder not wanting the turnover, wanting to talk things over. The score stands now 86-57. The Knights in full control. No question on the outcome of this one. Hasn't been any question for the past couple of minutes. But talk about a full day of basketball. Earlier today, the men's Southern Virginia team won a thriller in overtime against Ferrum College. Now Southern Virginia's women's team handling the Avenging Angels of Meredith College. Needless to say, it's a good day to be a fan of Knights basketball.
Oh, absolutely. Exciting game. Kicked us off, and now the Knight women cruising to a victory here in the second game. I think Coach Schroeder had an inbounds play that she wanted this group of players in particular to run here.
Here's Staples with it. Here's Newman for 3. Her first missed three-pointer of the game. Well, she won't end with 100% from 3, but pretty dang close. That jumper, no good, rebounded by Staples. And I call travel on Newman as she hesitated to step forward. It's now 19.9 seconds. I think they maybe wanted to get Newman to 30 points. Oh, I don't think anyone in the huddle will admit that.
No, but that last play was definitely ran with her in mind, getting that open three there.
And going to the line to shoot two is Grace Ledford.
Advance to the line, Grace Ledford.
Ledford with 1 point in today's game so far. Second free throw up and in. Gives her 2 total points. And the Knights will dribble it out and get this conference win over the Avenging Angels of Meredith College for the score of 86-58. Again, so many players got to come in for Southern Virginia, and many of them got to score. It's one of those games where, as a team, you have a lot of fun with it. Everybody gets involved. Everybody has a little piece of the cake, so to speak. It's a fun game overall. And again, big conference. It's always good to get a conference win, regardless. If it's a blowout win, if it's a close win in overtime, it's always good to get a conference win under your belt.
Oh, absolutely. Now, hopefully, the Knights can continue to build on this. We keep saying that, but again, they're a young team, and so it's going to take some time. But this is a good win to come in and take care of business the way they were expected to.
Absolutely, and again, rebounding after that loss to Mary Washington just this past week, able to gain some momentum in that way. And we want to thank you all for tuning in to these 2 games we had here at Southern Virginia University today. Again, the Knights men's team taking the victory against Ferrum College earlier in overtime. And your women's team for Southern Virginia taking the victory 86-58 over the Avenging Angels. Once again, we want to thank our athletic partners, Straws, Drinks, and Eats. And if you would like to partner with SVU Athletics or promote your business on campus, please contact Brett Schroeder at brett.schroeder@svu.edu. That is brett.schroeder@svu.edu. Once again, I'm Dawson Weidrich alongside Colby Kemp. We appreciate you tuning in. God bless and go Knights.